folks, it's TJ Vitense with the Strategic Real Estate Team. Today we're actually going to give you a little negotiating tip that most people don't use and know about or consciously think about when they're actually presenting an offer to purchase to sellers. And that little tip is actually called the reason why. So what we're going to do is jump into a little presentation here, and I'm going to explain to you why using the reason why is so important first of all, and then I'm actually going to give you a real life example of how to use it when you're presenting an offer to purchase. And then after that, if you have any questions or anything, we'll provide you with our contact information. So let's just take this from here and jump right in.
Okay, so like I said, we're going to talk about the reason why. And basically the reason why is the idea that if you tell people why you're doing something, you're going to get a lot more cooperation out of them. It's basically a psychological trigger that gets people to understand where you're coming from. So what I'm going to do first here is give you an example of a study that was done, and then I'm going to show you how to apply that when dealing with sellers, basically to negotiate hopefully the home price down. So there was a social study done with people that were standing in line to get copies of paper made. So they did this test and they had a stranger walk up and say, "Hey, do you mind if I cut in line to make some copies?" Now what do you think that person's success rate was? Well, they actually found out that just by going up and asking that, they had a 60% success rate of being able to butt in line. The next person they had walk up, they said, "Hey, can I cut in line because I'm in a rush?" Now obviously here, because I'm in a rush is the reason why, and we saw the success rate go all the way up to 94%. So we had a 60% to an increase of 94% just from giving a reason why. Now there was one more test here, and what they were testing to see is how important is that actual reason why, and what they found out is that it's not actually that important to have a really strong, compelling reason why in some cases. So on the third person they had walk up, they actually had them walk up and say, "Can I cut in line because I need to make some copies?" So the first one they asked, "Can I just cut in line?" So it's really kind of a lame excuse, and the success rate that they actually got from the "Can I cut in line because I need to make some copies," which was that lame excuse, was still at 93% without a compelling reason why. So as you can see, it's kind of important to use the reason why. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to show you how the reason why applies to real estate. We can use this with both buyers and sellers today, but we're going to focus on just buyers and how they can apply the reason why when negotiating a purchase of a home. So I'm going to give you an example here, and let's pretend we have a $200,000 house and we make an offer of $150,000, so $50,000 less than the price. Now if that offer is submitted with no cover letter or an explanation of why you're offering that price, what do you think the seller is going to say? They're going to say take a hike, or screw you, or counter you back at the full $200,000, or not even consider the offer at all. So as you're going to see here next, if we do that same $200,000 and now we offer the $150,000, but let's pretend this time we submit a cover letter with our offer explaining to the seller the following. So we're going to say, "Mr. Seller, thanks for allowing us to view your home. We have some interest, but based on the comparable sales and the depressed market in the area and the fact that it needs a new roof, furnace, and has 2 cracked windows that need replaced, we had to come in at a significantly lower price than you're originally asking." I've actually used this a lot with my buyers when we're offering a considerable amount of less to a seller, and we've actually had a lot of positive feedback. You know, we at least get a counter at a minimum. Usually they come down a lot more than what we were expecting, and in some cases we're able to get close to what that offer price is. So I hope this kind of made sense and can kind of show you why what we do, because I can talk till I'm blue in the face to the other agent and explain to them the reason why, is we put a cover letter with our offers addressed to the seller, so the seller's getting it and they can see exactly the bullet pointed list of the reason why we're dropping the price $50,000, and basically trying to lay out that it's the market that's giving it to them and it's not us trying to lowball them on the house. So like I said, you're much more likely to get that accepted or a reasonable counter offer than if you just say, "Here's the $150,000, and just put yourself in their shoes and kind of think of what would happen with you. So as you can see, the reason why it's such a strong psychological trigger that you should always be using when negotiating every offer to purchase. If you'd like more information on how you can put us to work for you for free, visit us on the web, or you can contact me, TJ, at my cell 576-0044, or email me at tjvitense@kw.com. And remember, don't forget to ask me about how you can get the $1,500 in home buying incentives. And always feel free to visit us on the web at www.strategicrealestateteam.com. And remember, when you think real estate, think strategic.